Hey guys, this is Cam315 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another Bakugan episode review for you guys. As well, we are now on the third episode of Bakugan, and just for a thing, just to know when the Bakugan schedule, in terms of episode reviews, go up. They should go up Monday, Wednesday, Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Which means I got to get into watching those, and I got to bulk record a bunch of episodes and stuff like that. Now, if I miss one of those scheduled days, then I probably just need some personal time to myself and everything and things like that. But typically, how I do my thing is I watch the episode while taking my notes, and then I come on, record the video, render it, and stuff like that when I have the time to render it, and then boom, right then and there, good to go. And then it should be uploaded to YouTube, and stuff like that, and it'll already be scheduled to record on said day. But yes, this is Bakugan episode 3, and a pretty influential episode for Bakugan Battle Brawlers, because this is the episode where you kind of have where Masquerade starts getting just random people, or some people that actually end up being like kind of featured characters in the in the original series, that is, being his little minions and doing his dirty business while he's kind of doing his things behind the scenes. As well as also influential because this is a part in the Dan Drago bond / relationship / partnership they have that pretty much you can say starts the friendship and the bond they grow to by the time they settle this whole thing in Mectanium, they have and stuff like that, and then they're like the best of friends and everything. But yeah, so let's get into this week's episode. So Bakugan Battle Brawlers episode 3 starts off with a Bakugan battle between just this random character and the opposing antagonist for this main episode, Ricky Maru, but I'm just gonna call him Ricky. He ends up pretty much beating this kid fairly easily, and after the battle's done, he's kind of complaining because he didn't get enough G points to rise up higher in the rankings, and pretty much everybody's like, bruh, you're a poor sport. And this guy's pretty much walking on his own. He's like, man, there's nobody here that is on my level. There's nobody else that is strong or anything. I actually need a legitimate challenge. And he pretty much screams out, who wants to take me on? And then all of a sudden, Masquerade gets into the picture and pretty much is like, hey, you want to get stronger, right? Well, here, take this Bakugan. This Bakugan's pretty strong. And fight this one person I know, and you win. Trust and believe. You'll get stronger. So this is going to be the start. Ricky Maru is one of Masquerade's first little puppets, I guess you can say, that he uses for a legitimate part of for the rest of the first season, to where he asked these pretty much people. He asked these people to do his bidding. Now, later, it eventually gets to a part where he pretty much, I guess you can say, messes with their mind or forces them to listen to him, and stuff like that. While he kind of makes some promises or false promises to these people, and stuff like that, so they can further his goal of taking down Dan and the rest of the Battle Brawlers, because he doesn't want to do it because he's doing his own, affair in terms of what he's messing around. And like I said, it's the start. And pretty much when you see people with the Doom card or the Bakugan shooter, that is iconic with a Masquerade, that's when the Brawler will tell, oh, you're working for Masquerade and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, we cut over to Dan, and the thing is, Drago is trying to remind Dan as he's training, like, dude, again, I'm gonna say it before and I'm gonna say it again. You don't know truly what the hell's going on. You need to understand that there is more to Bakugan than you think it is. It isn't just a game and stuff like that. And guess what? You need to get serious. Dan and Drago start beefing everything. He has a talk about it. You know, with he has a talk about it, with his friends, of the fact that Drago's kind of not cooperating, kind of not listening, and pretty much his friends like, oh, things will work out and stuff like that. Maybe you just got to understand where he's coming from, and stuff like that. And pretty much Dan's just sleeping. He's having a restless nightmare, and I guess you can say about Masquerade and battling him. And Drago starts to realize that maybe Dan isn't all too bad, and maybe he can be of some assistance to him, and stuff like that. So the next day, pretty much Drago starts a conversation with Dan, and he's actually referring him to Dan, not human. He's referring to him as Dan. Dan is honestly shocked and everything. And pretty much this is when the start of their, this is not the true start, but this is pretty much when they both agree, hey, let's be partners and stuff like that and work together, and stuff like that. So yeah, Dan eventually tells his friends that him and Drago worked it out and everything, and they're best of friends. And that's when Runo actually introduces everybody to her main Bakugan of the series, her partner, and that is Tigrera. And Tigrera can also talk. And Runo, her element is Chaos, so it's a Chaos Tigrera, which again, I do like Tigrera. Tigrera, I think, has a lot of good moments in the first season of Bakugan, and stuff like that. And again, is a very perfect choice of partner for Runo and everything, because you see later in the series that she's kind of the Bakugan partner Runo needs, because like I said, Runo's kind of that hot-headed tsundere-like character that when Dan kind of pisses her off sometimes, and she kind of walks off and she needs to cool down, Tigrera's the person that's, hey, I think you need to think this through and be a little bit more smarter about this and stuff like that. And typically Runo listens to Tigrera and stuff like that. So that's the start of most of the other Brawlers getting their partner Bakugan and stuff like that. Now the next day, Dan's kind of just wondering if anybody's going to challenge him to a battle, and then that's when Rikimaru shows up and challenges Dan to a battle. Dan ends up seeing the Doom card and the Bakugan shooter he has in his arsenal, and he finds out pretty much that he's working for Masquerade. Now Rikimaru says that doesn't mean shit, pretty much, and let's battle. So they open the field and the Bakugan battle starts. So they both throw their Bakugan down, and then Rikimaru throws another gate card down, throws another Aqua's Bakugan on another card. Now in the meantime, Dan's like, whoa, why is he not choosing to battle? Why is he doing this and stuff like that? And pretty much Drago is warning Dan. He's like, Dan, your next move is going to be critical, man. I think this guy's got something up his sleeve, and stuff like that. Anyways, Dan's like, I can't listen about that, man. I got to do this. He throws a Bakugan on another card that's not matched up against any Aqua's Bakugan, and pretty much Rikimaru got where he wanted. In the meantime, as Dan's throwing his Bakugan, Drago's like, damn it, idiot, don't throw it on that card, you threw it the wrong card. But it's already too little too late. Rikimaru throws down another gate card, throws his Aqua Siege, the Siege, and he got his Aqua Siege. This is the same Bakugan he received from Masquerade, and it even freaking chunks out to start out at 350 Gs. Again, just to go off the basis of what Aqua Siege looks like, it looks like a pretty it's like one of the coolest looking Bakugan. Even when you get to like the later stages of the series, it's still one of the coolest looking design Bakugan, to be honest. It's pretty much a knight. And it still looks badass, though. It still looks badass. So it's one of my favorite looking Bakugan in the series, period, and stuff like that. And I'll make a mention of some Bakugan that are pretty much featured, which one are my favorites and are in terms of designs and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, because of this, Rikimaru activates this ability card, which is pretty much a Aqua's Chain reaction. It creates pretty much a huge wave, and it washes all of Dan's Pokemon, but also Rikimaru's Bakugan that he laid down, and it pretty much forces them to the Doom dimension. This shocks Dan, and pretty much Dan is like, what the hell is going on? And Drago's like, you idiot. He just used a chain reaction. I told your dumbass to pay attention, but you didn't want to pay attention because you're getting ahead of yourself and you're too damn arrogant in your strategy, pretty much, and everything. Which, like I said, you know, Dan is a very arrogant, hot-headed character. And again, this is the early episodes, you know, that Dan shows that he isn't the brawler you see at the end of Mectanium Surge. He still has those hot-headed traits, but as you see the series progress further from this series, as you know, the episodes go on to the end, he's a much smarter and better battler. You know, New Vestroia, freaking Gundalian Invaders, and even Mectanium Surge, you see that he's not as, you know, arrogant and hot-headed, and he doesn't battle stupidly, you know, like he does at the start and stuff like that. And this is kind of, well, the next episode 4, is kind of morally his check in reality and stuff like that. But this goes to show you that, yeah, Dan is very inexperienced, and, you know, his recklessness gets him into trouble and stuff like that. And in the meantime, Dan's like, okay, yes, I understand now, but don't worry, I got you, Drago. And he's still not realizing, and Drago's like, you don't get it, man. You don't get it. And he's like, listen, just do what you did against Masquerade and we'll win the battle. He throws Drago into the battle, go up against the Aqua Siege and everything. He throws down an ability card, the boosted dragon ability card, and that raises Drago's G power level at least 10 Gs higher than the Aqua Siege. They start battling and everything, but then, you know, Drago's like, yes, this is great that I got extra power, but my opponent probably already knows what's going to be happening next, and he's going to predict for this. But so he ends up pretty much simulating doing what he did against the Battle of Masquerade, breaking the ability, which they bring up early in the episode, because Marusha's like, yeah, it seems like in your case, it seems like Drago has enough power to overpower the set ability card you throw down. And because of it, that's what ended up making the battle into a draw and taking out the field. So Drago pretty much does that thing again, but this time he lowers his G power level, and because of it, you know, Rikimaru's like telling the Siege, listen, you need to take Drago down right now, otherwise we're going to lose the fight. It's too little too late. Pretty much, Rikimaru set down a trap gate card, I guess you could say, where pretty much it's like a Pyrus type of counter card but I won't even say that. It's pretty much a gate card that switches the power level on a time limit, or like it's the gate card is timed to pretty much open, and whoever has the highest G level, it ends up being switched with the opponent who has a lower one. Since Drago lowered his G level, well, the Siege was in the lead, and because of this, Drago's G level raised, Aqua Siege's level rise, and Drago ended up barely winning the match, escaping. Because of this, the battle ends. Rikimaru is actually kind of disappointed that he lost and everything, and he pretty much tells Dan the plan he had in mind to beat Drago, but it failed because, well, Drago overpowered the ability card Dan threw down, and he lowered his G power level, and Dan's like, wow, Drago was that smart to realize that whole thing? Yeah, and pretty much Rikimaru is like, I can't believe it. That Masquerade lied to me. He said that I would be stronger if I were to beat you, and I would be able to keep the Bakugan, and stuff like that. And pretty much that's confirms Dan's whole predictions that he was working for Rikimaru, or he was working for Masquerade, or Rikimaru was working for Masquerade. And that's when we get to the end of the episode, where Dan and Drago start another argument with each other. Pretty much, Drago's telling Dan how much he doesn't ultimately understand his actions and his recklessness in battle, and pretty much blames him for losing his Bakugan brethren to the Doom dimension. And like I said, he not only lost, not only Dan's Bakugan were lost, Rikimaru's Bakugan was lost too, which you'll see going on in the series some of these freaking cronies and even Masquerade himself, sometimes they have no damn sympathy for their own damn Bakugan, and they'll even take out their own Bakugan just to try to do anything they can do to win the battle, because they're kind of warped in everything. And we even see in this episode, because Dan's like, you even got rid of your own Bakugan, and pretty much Ricky Mario's like, I don't give a shit. All I care about is winning the battle, and if I win the damn battle, then I'm gonna be good, and stuff like that. But pretty much Drago's like, your recklessness got my brethren sent to the Doom Dimension, and because of it, they'll never be seen or heard of again, and stuff like that. And even Dan's like, don't worry about it. If we can find some way to get them out of there, then I'll do something. And Drago's like, no, Ninja, you don't understand. You can never return from the Doom Dimension. That is our version of hell. You clearly don't understand the stakes that are being here are the stakes that are pretty much taking place, and because of this, maybe I chose the wrong person. I guess you're not worthy of my trust, and maybe, you know what, we're not gonna be partners no more. And pretty much Dan is like, okay, you feel like that, then fine, screw you too. I'm just doing the best thing I'm trying to do because I want to be the best Bakugan battle brawler. He's like, fine, you feel like that, then fine, good riddance. And he throws Drago into the lake and everything, and that's how the episode ends and stuff like that. And this is your typical anime trope where two characters pretty much get into a fight, but after some time pass, they realize how much they truly ultimately need each other, and they come back together, which will kind of morely be discussed in the next episode. But again, this is another solid episode of Bakugan to point out the fact that Dan has his flaws as a battler early on, because he lets his anger, his recklessness, his cockiness, I guess you can also say as well, get in his way, and because of it, he had a chance here. He could have lost Drago early on in the series and stuff like that. And like I said, Dan's whole character arc in this show is realizing how to become a better battler, and ultimately finding out and being pretty much, a sponsor to supporting the Bakugan and stuff like that. Again, that's kind of the whole thing. And then, another good point is the fact that you get the start of Masquerade pretty much using people and using their selfish desires against them to have them work for him and stuff like that. And yeah, it isn't the last of it. He definitely uses a lot more stuff like that. And it goes to show you how crafty Masquerade is. So anyways, yeah, but if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this day's episode of Bakugan Battle Brawlers episode 3 and stuff like that, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Bakugan content or any other videos I upload to the channel. Till then, guys, catch you guys in the next video and see you guys later. Peace.